U.S. President Donald Trump and Israel's Prime Minister have met for the second time in 24 hours at the White House, but there seems to be no breakthrough on a ceasefire in Gaza. Benjamin Netanyahu says the talks centered around efforts to free captives and the conflict with Iran last month. He reiterated that he wants to eliminate the military and administrative capabilities of Hamas. Trump's Middle East envoy Steve Witkoff had earlier said that he's hopeful of a 60-day ceasefire agreement by the end of the week. Phil Lavelle joins us now live from Washington, D.C. So, Phil, Netanyahu keen here to project a triumphant visit in Washington, no?
Yeah, very keen. And what he can do here is he can say to those people back in Israel, to the electorate, look, I've managed to get FaceTime with the most powerful man in the world, not once, but on two different occasions. Obviously, we had that meeting on Monday and then the second meeting on Tuesday, although there was a very different vibe between the two meetings. You bear in mind that on Monday, and that meeting itself was not meant to be on camera. The journalists were invited in at the last minute, but that was this dinner where two men sat opposite each other. Benjamin Netanyahu presented Donald Trump with that letter nominating him for the Nobel Peace Prize. You had the journalists and they were able to show this united front as they answered questions. The meeting on Tuesday was, well, first of all, it was unscheduled, so we didn't even know it was going to happen until much later in the day. It was a much tighter affair. There were no cameras allowed in there in terms of video, or if they were, they've not released any footage. There was simply a photographer in there who captured an image of the two men, Benjamin Netanyahu, standing next to the Resolute desk where the president was sitting behind her. It was, like I say, it was unscheduled. It lasted about an hour or so. And there has been no official readout from the White House. The White House actually said there was not going to be any readout, which some have speculated may suggest that there is some kind of obstacle that the two men are working to resolve. Obviously, neither of them have said that there is, because there is also this effort here, particularly on the Israeli side, to show that there is no daylight between the two of them. They've obviously had quite a public falling out recently over the Iran ceasefire. So very careful efforts by Benjamin Netanyahu to show that they are extremely tight here.
All right, that's Al Jazeera's Phil Lavelle joining us live from Washington, D.C. Thanks so much, Phil.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.